Okay, last one I'm going to demo is how to create a whole bunch of parallel planes that are equal distance to each other all in one move. So I'm going to use the plane feature again. Again, under wireframe, the feature on the bottom is called plane, and we're going to remain in offset. This time I'm going to turn repeat on. Under reference, I'm going to pick the plane that represented the bottom here, which is this one here, right? Which was through two lines. Okay, remember how we did the last one? It defaulted to remember the last one was 1/10 of an inch apart. I could tighten them up if I wanted to just for kicks. I could go 0.05 and hit tab. Okay, so you can see that's much closer. What seems awkward to me is another window should come up so I could tell it how many I want before I say OK. But you have to OK this first offset, and then when you OK this, another pop-up window comes up to ask how many you want. Last time I did this, I did 10, so it just knew to put 10 in there. I leave the rest of it as a default, and you don't get to preview or anything. You just gotta have faith that the system's gonna do it right, which to me is asking a lot. But I'll say okay, and it created 10 planes equally spaced, all the same distance. This is used a lot in production. When you're doing analysis checks, a lot of times you're doing a bunch of intersections at multiple planes to verify the part is okay at those multiple intersections. When it does that, when you look in the tree, you open up this geometrical set, and you can see those are all the planes that it created. So it creates it in a different set as well, because when I use the plane feature, under repeat and selected an element, I can select any element because I'm not going to keep it. Or I'll just hit repeat and say okay. It says create in a new body. That's why it knew to create a new geometrical set. And I typically do that. I let it go in a new body because it's just nice to have them all grouped together. Now, can I double click on this and modify them? No. This here is set already. I have to modify them all individually. They're all linked to be one thing. Okay, so that was offset using repeat to get multiple parallel offsets. All right, now we are ready to go into your ISO view. Zoom down a little bit. And the problem is I can't see that line in the back, so you're going to move this up just a little bit so we can see it something like that, where I can see all your planes. And then I want you to rename the last geometrical set. Contextual menu and go to properties. Under feature property tab, we'll name this repeat. Should have all been capital letters, but I've made that mistake already with the other one, so I'm just going to ride with it. When you go to make your picture for your final part, I should see all these planes renamed. Plane number 28. Whoops, which one was that? Plane number 28 is the first offset. I forgot to talk about that. I don't know why it doesn't put that in that group. Here was that original one, and then offset plane 28 went here, and then these dropped all into the repeat portion. If I double click the offset, if I change this to point, no, cancel. Didn't I hit cancel? If I open up this plane 28 This offset was 0.05. Notice that these, I should slide this out. This is cumulative offset here. If I double click this one and change it to 0.1, it updates these to all be all 1/10 of an inch apart, but it's accumulating it from the starting position. Okay, so again, that's what's kind of nice about doing repeat versus one at a time. You would have to do them all individually if you did this one at a time. All right, so you can minimize these. I'm going to go to properties and name that offset 2. I'll go back to the ISO view. I got to go back and click on this line here to reactivate the part. Go to the ISO view, fit all in. And then I'm just going to kind of rotate that a little bit so I can see that line in the back. Okay, so I want you to make a picture with all of these visible. You don't have to show me those offsets. So make a picture just like that in your Word doc. Add that picture just like that. Thank you.